Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who's been with us a couple of months now. It's actually a channel I'm still getting to know, but the banner and the title and the presentation here makes it pretty self-explanatory. This creator is bringing us a lot of Blu-ray and DVDs. So I'm going to take the latest video and put it into a special playlist that I have so that I can watch that after the stream today. We lovingly call it my catch-up playlist around here, and it's meant so that we can get caught up or keep caught up, or so that I can with different creators. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen during these streams, which we're going to do for the next 3 hours, is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching videos, I get to know the content. I'm always happy to get to know creators behind the scenes as well, so anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. But we're looking at Sarah Prestwood's channel right now because they're celebrating their birthday today, which I just found out literally 60 seconds ago. So sometimes for people's birthdays, I try to get them up on the screen as quickly as I can, and this is a perfect opportunity. And hopefully everybody will wish Sarah Prestwood a happy birthday. Like I said, I'm still getting to know this creator and their content, but they've done well with shorts, getting into 2,200, 2,400, 6,800 views, then live streams on the channel as well. Looks like up to a month ago they've been doing these occasionally. We've got the notification bell on for every single channel to give us the best chance of catching each other, and including Sarah Prestwood if she's going to continue those live streams. So hopefully everybody will help push this channel towards the 1,100 subscribers that we know she must be thinking about as well. And thank you everybody for coming in. I'm going to hurry up and spin the wheel and we'll get moving for today. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours. It's quite a bit of time. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Butler Family Farm is going to come up. Wow, Jerry's going to be falling off his chair wondering what could be going on in the universe to make that happen. Some of our friends who are with us every day, or just about every day, know what it's like to be picked first and picked last. It's all random with the wheel of doom, as we like to call it. But Jerry tries to be here every day. Jerry and Susan make up the Butler Family Farm channel. I'll talk about their content in a minute. So thank you everybody for coming in. I got quite a few names on that wheel. Members and moderators are always added as soon as we see them in the chat, and over the course of the stream I'll add names to the wheel based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of today's live stream, and I use Streamlabs in the background to help keep track. They've got a great loyalty system that helps you, if you want, keep track of everybody who's ever been in any of your live streams, premieres, and things like that. Elfish Tanks is getting added to the wheel. Foraging and urban farming is there on the wheel as well. Okies Eden and Have Fun in Nature were both early in the door with Crafty Witch 232. Tomorrow's a special day for me. I'm going to meet up with Jason Keto for what I believe is the 4th time, and it'll be cool. I think he said he's going to stream his drive on the way here. He's about 2 hours away from me in southern Ontario, so you get an opportunity to look around the Niagara area, or Niagara region as we call it, all snow covered. We've been just pummeled with snow over the last couple of weeks, so everything's looking wintry and beautiful and everything else. So I'm looking forward to enjoying a nice lunch with a dear friend. All of the moderators on this channel, including Michael's Adventures you see in the chat, Scratch and PPA, who's up on the top of the wheel right now, all of them are dear friends of mine, dear friends of each other. They all have different channels. They all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. So when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. I'm sure there's many more creators in the chat for me to say hello to. I know Andre Southgate is here. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More was live earlier today. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember now whose channel I saw you with. The way that I watch YouTube when I can be in front of a computer is I usually have a few windows running at a time. And I'm always happy to see creators collaborating together. That's what Tampa's Creek Homestead and More was doing earlier today. They do it all the time. But when I see people collaborating together, often what I'll do is try to just remember in my mind whose channel was I on last time, because a lot of creators get together frequently, right? And then I'll mix the love around, right? Go to different channels. Or I go to the channel that has the least viewers in that stream at the time. Sometimes you see 3, 4, 5, or even more people streaming together. One person's got 10 people in the chat, another person's got 5, another person's got 2. So I'll hop in on that one, hoping that it kind of pushes the algorithm a little bit. But numbers in live streams and premieres always go up and down anyway. Andre Southgate, I said hello to. Alex and Alex have been longtime friends of ours. The Nichols 13, good to see you in the house. And thank you, everybody, for the kind words in the chat. I see a lot that go by, although I don't recognize every comment while we're live streaming, of course, just to keep the momentum going, if that makes any sense. Mama Tato Heyday is in the house, and I'm going to get them onto the wheel as well. Owlfish Tanks, I think I said as I was putting them on the wheel. I'll try to hurry this up. It always takes a few seconds for me to get my ducks in a row when we start to stream. West Plays Music, good to see you in the house. And Walking Purpose, Monica Miles is going to bring us spiritual inspiration on their channel. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft is with us just about every day. And Patty's Kitchen Garden and More. Good to see you here also. Thanks for coming in. I certainly don't mean to miss anybody. I know we've got 1111 code in the house. And if I am mispronouncing anybody's channel names, especially anybody that's fairly new, by all means, don't be shy. Give us a nudge. Let me know. I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. Broke but bountifully blessed. Carol is in the house. Lucy Grace was early in the door. New Times, New Beginnings is here with us just about every day. Vintage Style by Joe is with us also. She's here frequently, almost every stream. Now, I certainly don't expect that from anybody. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background as well. I always appreciate that. And then, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. Yeah, I did put you on the wheel, but thank you for mentioning it. So what happens is, I know that the text is really hard to see if you're on a phone under the wheel where the list is, but members and moderators are always added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. If you can't see it and you're wondering if I might have forgotten, then by all means just mention something, because we don't want to forget anybody. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody does. And then thank you so much. Mama Tato Heyday must have hit their 500, which is an exciting and important milestone. So congratulations to you. I'm glad that you could meet some new friends here. And then Diamond Painting Yotun is in the house. And Foraging and Urban Farming. Yes, thank you for the kind messages in the chat. We are very, very lucky after all this time to have been able to grow such a vibrant community of creators. I think about this kind of thing all the time, because how do you describe what we're doing here, and how would somebody describe Superchat, including myself? When I started this channel, there was many others like it. There was hundreds, if not thousands. There still could be. Some are, still here today. Some have come and gone. Some are new and this and that. Lots of places to meet new friends, and almost everybody, probably everybody in our community will allow everybody to connect with each other, probably even encourage it the same way we do here. But the one thing that we can say pardon me, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. I'll get to your question again in a second. While I try to finish my thought, I get distracted by everything. I have shiny object syndrome. And then when we think about what we're doing here, though, how would you describe it? The difference between Tuber Chat and every other community that you could say is kind of like it, although there could be others even more similar, is that this is a community of over 600 or 6,500 YouTube channel owners who care about each other's success. That's the best way to describe this, because there are lots of other places that have way more subscribers than we're ever going to have. You'll notice I never talk about, like, please share with your friends. We want more subs. Try to get us to 7,000. Like, I'm never doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that on every other channel. On my personal channel, on our copyright-free music channel, by all means, yes, please, everybody share. I want as many subscribers as I can get. But here, it's different. We're only a community for the people who are like-minded, literally living with generosity at the forefronts of their minds. And that gives me an opportunity to jump right into Butler Family Farm, because Jerry and Susan fit that description perfectly. They introduce a lot of people together. I'm trying to keep my my speeches to a minimum today. I run off like you wouldn't believe here. For anybody new, you'll learn pretty quick. Boy, can this guy talk. West Place Music, thank you for the membership, by the way. I'm going to add your channel onto the wheel right now. Members and moderators are always added onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But as a silver member, starting with the next stream, that means that channel will be seen every single day or every time we're on, whether or not they're here in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And then Squirrel's World is a longtime friend. Good to have you here. Bambi Palermo Pizzaverse is in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. What I was going to say for Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, no, not on the wheel, the display of the channel members. It should, forgive me, it should be in the slides that run when I put these screens on like this. It should be in there. If it's not, then I promise, I'm making a note right now to make sure that it's there. It should have been there all this time. God forbid I make a mistake that huge. It's random the way that they come in and out like a slideshow like this, though. I have been bad for updating them in the past, but I thought I just did it, so hopefully it's there. If it's not there, then what I'll do is make sure that I make that up. This is one thing we always have to be careful of. When we make promises, especially when it comes to Superchatters members and things like that, people who are paying to be a part of the community for the extras and bonuses we're promising, we have to be able to provide those promises and make up for them. I mean, many people, if not everybody, are going to be understanding and patient with us, but we want to make sure we can make that up. So if I've made a mistake and not had that slide, because forgive me, I don't watch it while the screen is on, but I'll double check and make sure. If it's not already been there, I'll make sure it gets in there. I'll try to do it in the next break, actually. I'll in another 20 minutes or so, I'll go and look. But what we can do is in features like that, or where like Nightbot's dropping links and things like that, we can just punch it up so it's doing it like 3 times as much or 4 times as much for a long time and make sure. So forgive me for that, but thank you, Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, for bringing it to my attention. I don't ever want anybody to be shy about that kind of thing. Like I said, I make as many mistakes as anybody, maybe even more. And I always want to make sure I'm fulfilling promises. So you'll hear that as time goes on with the stories I tell about different channels. I know a few more people have said like very pleasant things in the chat, so thank you for that. I kind of skim those while we're continuing on. And then Ghostly Winds, the Night's KO from Australia, has been with us for probably 5 years as well. They always have interesting things to say about the Wheel of Doom. Heart and Home, good to see you in the house also. Vintage V Mars is here. Thank God it's Friday. You're absolutely right about that. Big Dude 1234 brings more spiritual inspiration on his channel. I'm always happy to see anybody using their powers for good, right? And then Six Bows is back, is with us, another friend of probably 5 years also. And the only reason why I say that all the time is because I would love to instill the idea in everybody's mind, especially people who are brand new and haven't heard me say it 100 times before. There are literally people here today who will be supporting your channel years into the future, not weeks and months, but I'm talking years for real. If you could just meet them, and that's what we're all doing today. And this happens time and time again. But you'll hear me talk about that with many different creators. Butler Family Farm, I think, has been with us for 4 years, or pretty close to it. And Jerry tries to be here for every stream. I know I've said it a million times, but I certainly don't expect any amount of time from anybody at all, our moderators included. I am very grateful and will be eternally grateful for the support everybody's given, the help that everybody gives, because a lot of our friends here in the chat do a lot more for this channel than I would have ever expected. So I appreciate that. It helps the community get stronger. We all have this to benefit us, which is great. Jason's making me laugh. Yes, trying to take over the world one shuffle at a time, and he's the right guy to do it, that's for sure. You'll see when you get to his channel. So, yes, Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. I'm going to look at that as soon as we go on that break. And, oh, under the camera it might have been there, says Scratch and Pete PA. Yeah, so here's an example of something we could do. And I know I said I wasn't going to get into speeches. Butler Family Farm's going to love the screen time, but I promise you they deserve it anyway. But when we have a... when we are making promises to people, when we're thinking about marketing and branding and, all the things people talk about, you don't have to treat your YouTube channel like a business. You don't have to have a business that your YouTube channel runs or anything like that. But there are a lot of things that we can do that help us or kind of display us acting in the ways that people would expect or want us to when we're thinking about business and marketing and things like that. I just love that stuff. I know not everybody might. But the idea is giving more than you promise. And that's absolutely true. So when you look, I don't want to solicit memberships here. Memberships and super chats and things like that are absolutely unnecessary. I promise you that's true. I'll say it a million times. But if you were to look at the memberships and what we offer on this channel, it's very minimal. There's really not much. There's the idea of having your channel in those slides, and there's links dropped for gold members occasionally in the chat. But what I also do is put not every single one, because I'm bad for updating it, but almost every single member and moderator has their channel in those slides that you see at the bottom corners of the screen. But I almost never talk about it. I don't say, like, you're going to get that if you're a member or anything like that, for two reasons. First of all, if the feature doesn't work, then it's another promise I have to break and make up for. So I try not to do that. But the other thing, too, is when people come to the community and they're like, hey, there's my channel. What's my channel doing on the screen right now? They're going to realize, wow, this guy does more than he says he's going to do. Same with sharing on the community tab. I don't promise that for anybody, but I do it for as many channels as I can. Almost everybody who's here in the chat, who's been here a few times before, has been shared on the community tab for this channel at some point. I beat the ever-living daylights out of our community tab. I wouldn't expect everybody to do that, but it works for us. It's the number one thing I'm thanked for, so it shows you how much impact that has. AceFlaw1, Andy's been with me for 6 years, even before Tuber Chat was a thought. He's been here from the beginning. He helped me in the early days recruit a bunch of friends to come in and get the channel going. Hopefully everybody will connect with all of our moderators, like Rambling with the Brooms. He celebrated a birthday yesterday, so I hope everybody will wish Rambling with the Brooms a happy day after his birthday. I'll be over on his channel afterwards. We're actually going to raid in there. So Scott, I will ask you for a favor if you find a moment, but if you set the stream up in advance, because I looked earlier, I didn't see it there. If you set the stream up in advance, just come in the chat, let us know, if you don't mind. We'll check right before, but I start dropping links about 15 minutes before the end of the stream. But all of our moderators let people connect the same way I was talking about. So after Tuber Chat today, Rambling with the Brooms is going to do his regular Friday stream, Primetime Friday. we're going to be able to go over there for what I'm guessing is going to be at least an hour. And we'll be able to continue meeting friends on that channel. Calico Panther, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's 10 the sheep where you are. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Boy, did my speeches go very long. Josephine Cowley, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I will put your channel on the wheel right now. I often remove names from the wheel if we haven't seen somebody in 20 minutes or a half an hour, but we want to make sure the members and moderators always get on there. Ship to Shore Cruise News, good to see you here also. I try not to scream at the microphone. I always scream while we're streaming, or it seems like it. That's one thing we all have to be careful of, especially out. I've ruined people's meals in restaurants from screaming before I knew better. And it doesn't feel like we're doing it, but we're doing it. Butler Family Farm up on the screen right now. They're actually our stream boss as well. You see that video game life meter under my camera there? Every Super Chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets a little bit of extra exposure on their channel. Butler Family Farm likes to snipe that position every time it's getting close, and they've been the stream boss probably dozens of times by now, but it shows the over-the-top generosity from both Jerry and Susan. Simply Jan Homestead, good to see you in the house. They're actually a good friend of Butler Family Farm. And then when we look at what Butler Family Farm is doing on the channel, first of all, Jerry, like I said, tries to be here every day, even if he's out on a tractor. He keeps the phone going and has Tuber Chat running to try to listen. Butler Family Farm is a longtime dear friend. Like I said, both Jerry and Susan, they share the camera work on this channel. I'm just going to grab their latest intro for their channel. And they've done a few actually in the past. A lot of people are using this music system, but they have been doing quite a bit. Now what they have here is 116 acres of farmland. So they bring us homesteading style content. They take us around the farm. They show us what it takes to look after all the different aspects of their land, their property, their home. They bring us indoors. They bring us into the kitchen. Jerry brings us into the shop. They make tools whenever they need to for the farm for themselves. Jerry does some impressive woodworking. They do a lot of product reviews on the channel. They've got livestock here. They show us what it takes to look after cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more. And then they meet up with a lot of other creators of YouTube channels as well. Usually homesteaders, but channels of all kinds. Butler Family Farm has met up with groups both small and very large, getting into 70 channels worth of creators and supporters at some of the meetups that they live stream from. They're in Missouri, so they're able to show us all 4 seasons. They've got shorts here that have gotten into 12,000 views, one at 54,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. They've been married 41 years, we came to learn this year, while they did an anniversary stream. I've been on their channel with them several times actually, and they introduce us to lots of friends, sometimes in StreamYard panels, and then other times, like I said, outdoors in those meetups, and they tend to live stream from those. So lots of opportunity to meet many more friends over here. Butler Family Farm has one of the fastest rolling chats you're going to find in the Tuber Chat family. He rivals those of Scratch and PPA, Jesse Journals Unboxes, and several others. Very fast paced, very high energy. Now you're going to notice that Butler Family Farm has a play button on the wall. They've got a check mark beside their name in the chat, and they've closing in now on 130,000 subscribers. And you wonder to yourself, how can a channel go from under 10,000 a year ago or a year and a half ago to over 120,000, almost 130,000? So YouTube has been really pushing their promotion system for a long time. It's actually been there for a long time, but they've really been putting a lot of focus on that. We've got a lot of friends that are using that right now. And Butler Family Farm let us know from the beginning that they were using that. Anybody who wants to know how that works can get information from Butler Family Farm and a few of their friends if you would like to. I don't use it here. I won't be using it on any channels that I currently run. I have no plans to do any promoting of any kind. But it's just something that takes a lot of consideration, I think. And I hope everybody will talk to a few people before trying. But you certainly can, and the Butler Family Farm will fill you in when it's time to think about that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. And like I said, over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And we'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Okay, I'm going to do something sort of ridiculous right now. And we often do, West Plays Music is actually coming up next. We do polls once in a while, so I'm just going to do one right now. Have you tried cup of soup? So I've got this thing beside me here, and every time we're streaming, I have something warm or hot to help my voice. Sometimes it's coffee, sometimes it's what you our American friends would call hot cocoa. We call it hot chocolate in Canada. And sometimes it's cup of soup, but not very much lately because as far as I understood, it had been discontinued. I've been looking everywhere for it, and then we finally found it the other day, and boy, was I excited. So then I looked and saw Costco sells a pack of, I think, 22 of them. So here's the question I have. Have you tried cup of soup? And we'll add a couple of different answers. Yes, no, and Kevin, please stop talking nonsense. And you guys are free to answer whichever way you would like. But that will be fun for everyone. I'm curious to know if anybody likes it and if anybody even has it around, because I've liked it forever. I mean, it's just as awful, I'm sure, as anything else we could possibly have, but I do find it unbelievably convenient. When I'm standing there and I'm thinking I want something, but it's too close to like dinner time, I shouldn't eat anything, but I'm starving. What do I feel like? I don't want to drink anything. I don't want to eat anything. That is my answer. And I've used that for years and years and years. So I'm just curious. And I often do polls like that have nothing to do with YouTube. And then West Plays Music is coming up. I thought we'd already seen this channel, but I must be mistaken. We might be having them on the chat on the screen right now for the very first time. And then Butler Family Farm is dropping a super chat for Simply Jan Homestead right now. And she's been on our screen a million times before. She's a longtime dear friend. She's probably been friends with us as long as Butler Family Farm, probably 4 years. If You Seek Amy K also dropped a super chat, so we'll look at that channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. Living Large with L Crew came in, and yeah, Six Bows is back. It's a perfect thing to have beside you when you want something that's not a drink, but also not food, let's say. Yes, I Can Barbecue. Good to see you in the house. Izzy Pop, good to have you here. I hope you're otherwise doing okay. I see what you're saying in the chat there. I hope you're doing what you need to feel better. And then, yeah, we have plenty of Australian friends. Josephine Cowley. I wouldn't be able to name off all the different channels right now. Tons of them. Knights KO is here from Australia right now. Ghostly Winds. And one of our... one couple of creators that's part of our interview series where I ask how to get 10,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. Danielle and James lived in Ireland and moved to Australia, I think a year and a half ago. It's been quite a while. We'll hear from them in the clips that I play occasionally through the stream. But yeah, plenty of friends from Australia. But everybody's free to talk about where you're from or ask and things like that. We're always curious to know, myself too. Oh, Rambling with the Brews, of course they're loaded with sodium. But if you add it to the Monster energy drinks I have for breakfast, the muffins that I eat every day, the snacks that I am too embarrassed to tell anybody about, and the other nonsense, it fits right into my Diet and lifestyle, perfectly. West Plays Music is up on the screen right now with 415 subscribers. Now, this is a brand new channel for us on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take their latest video and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here every 3 days or so. We mix up the days and times so that we can see different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. You know, those polls, they're anonymous. So as far as I know, it's impossible to ever know who answers what way if they don't say so. So you don't have to be afraid of answering in a silly way if I put something like that up there. I'm surprised only 9%. I wonder if it's the moderators. I wonder if it's our friends. Stephen Wire, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They've been doing a lot of live streaming. I caught them for the first time yesterday, I think, right? But they were on again today. And then Shantae G My Life is dropping a super chat as well. So thank you for that. We're going to put your channel up right after Simply Jen Homestead. It's the same reason we've got If You Seek Amy K on the screen right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. And then when we look at If You Seek Amy K, this creator's actually got two different channels. So on this channel, they're talking about travel more than anything else. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. We've actually got a vibrant cruising community. And everybody remembers what was going on 4 or 5 years ago, I think it is by now. And it is actually, my dear goodness, getting close to 6 years ago. And then we weren't able to see a lot of travel content and almost zero cruising content. So as soon as things opened up, an influx of new travel and cruising channels emerged, and there's a vibrant travel community right inside the Superchat family, as a matter of fact. So plenty of cruising content now, and I know a lot of people enjoy that. If You Seek Amy K is posting videos frequently. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into that catch-up list that I was talking about. They're giving us quite a bit of information about these cruises as well, and interesting to hear about mistakes too. I hope everybody that's going to think about some serious travel will watch some of these videos from some of our cruising and travel friends. We've got a few travel agents, probably half a dozen, if not more, travel agents in the Superchat family as well, because they can give us some insight as to some of the things we're not going to think of, and we can avoid disaster. 3,900 views on a couple of the shorts here, and then a couple of live streams as well. I haven't caught one of these yet, but I got the notification bell on. We know this channel's getting close to 700 subscribers, so we would love to push her a little bit farther towards the next milestone, that's 700. And then she's got a second channel here. It looks like she might have a third channel as well. Whenever I see creators that have more than one, I usually talk about two of them. So Amy Loses It has an interesting tagline on their banner. Can I lose the weight before I lose my mind? She's on a journey to lose 180 pounds. And this creator is above 1,100 subscribers now. They've got another video that they put out just a few days ago. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list as well. Like I said, this is a way for me to keep or get caught up with creators. And then shorts on the channel. She started over here, but already at 1,500, 1,800 views, which is great to see, and already monetized as well. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and we see that she's live streaming between the two channels pretty often. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you again, Amy, for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. And then Butler Family Farm dropped one so that we would look at Simply Jan Homestead next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then JGP Jr., good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, and then Rambling with the Brooms is planning a trip to Florida. They have a travel channel, so hopefully they're going to pump up some content in there too. Living Large Without Crew, I think I said hello. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then... Oh, thank you. Stephen Wire, did I miss a question from you? Our moderators usually catch them if I don't, and then I usually just ask everybody to put 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow if you can. I know it's tough if you're on a... I keep saying Tuber Chat Connect and Grow, but you can just do it with Tuber Chat alone now. I keep forgetting about the handles. Those handles are really tripping me up. And then... Oh, you started streaming the road conditions. Yeah, I've watched that. I've seen one for sure, and I've seen another one pop up. Today I got in from work. I hopped on a couple of things, but not with much time before getting ready for Tuber Chat. My workday usually ends long before 5 o'clock, but when you think about it, by the time you sit down, by the time you have something to eat, by the time you get ready, you're already starting to think about the stream starting soon. And I schedule them at 5 o'clock because I am up very, very early. I'm actually up before 5 most mornings. So I want to do the streams as early as I can and try not to move them unless I have to. I had to move this Sunday, but that's just for a family thing. And then we'll do one on Tuesday. Should be back on Friday and Sunday of the next week. Out with Key. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And West Plays Music, thank you for the generous support. Like I said, starting with the next stream, I'll make sure that your slide is in there with Tampa's Creek Homestead and our other silver and gold members. Oh, previous session. Yeah, Stephen Wire, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And then the other thing, too, like I said, anybody can reach out anytime. You can email me. It's tuberchat@mail.com, not Gmail. Tuberchat@mail.com. But rarely do I get emails, so I rarely check also. But I'm on Instagram all day or throughout the day, and then Facebook often, and then Twitter or X some of the time too. It's possible. Living Large with L Crew. We mix the streams up. There's some brand new friends actually. Over the last couple weeks, we had quite a few new friends come in. But because we move the streams around on this channel, we're able to catch different people, right? And then so some of our friends don't have to feel bad if they miss a stream but wanted to catch it because they're like, it's okay, I can only catch him on Fridays. I'll wait until he does a Friday one, right? And that hopefully is helpful. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend, of course. But there's always a different mix here. Essential Irish Queen, good to see you in the house. Simply Jan Homestead is here. This is another creator that talks to Jerry and Susan from Butler Family Farm all the time. And she's using the promotion system as well. So this creator's jumped her channel up to 64,000 now, which is great to see. And she helps people understand how to use that also. This creator brings us homesteading content. I'm quite behind with your videos, but I'm going to grab the latest one. Survival Seeds. I think that's another Gale Southern Living collaboration. Am I right about that? And lots of creators have gotten involved in that. Collaborating with others is one of the greatest things you can do to grow your channel rapidly and all but 100% organically, because what happens is when you connect with other creators in that way, if you're featured on somebody else's channel or somebody else is talking about your channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of not just subscribers, they're most supportive supporters. And that's a big key to a lot of what we talk about with collaborating and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Simply Jen Homestead. You'll get an idea of the different collaborations she gets involved in, meetups as well. She's going to another one soon, it looks like. And then she's got quite a bit of information on her about section. I realize you're in Missouri as well. I should have known that by now, but it wasn't on my mind. But it's great when creators have that information on their about section. So it's something that we all need to do if we haven't already found the time, when possible, to get your about section updated. One of the things you want to think about is if you intend on ever doing sponsored videos in the future, you want that information there today, so that if a potential sponsor comes by your channel, they might have to see you more than once before picking you as a creator to do sponsored videos, let's just say. And that's just my imagination telling me that. It's not based on anything you're going to find like looking online for how do they work and this and that. There's a lot to that stuff, but you can just be contacted by sponsors. It's happened for a lot of our friends. I've seen it happen on other channels I've run for other people. Now I get emails all the time for that kind of thing, but I've been on for many, many years. But you want to have your best foot put forward, and you want to make sure you give everybody the opportunity to say, hey, I recognize this creator when they see you the second or third time, so that they're like, oh, this one keeps coming up, let's go with this one. Simply Jan Homestead has more shorts videos on their channel, bringing us more homesteading style content, getting into 5,400 views on one of these and 13,000 on another, which is great to see. And then live streams. So she's got another live stream coming up tonight. Is that right? Yeah, she's going live actually in just over an hour from now. So we know there'll be fresh content on that channel right after we're done today. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these soon. But like I said, I got notification bells on for every single channel. And then Woof and Snort, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And thank you, Butler Family Farm, for that super chat to give us a chance to look at Simply Jan Homestead. And then Shantae G My Life did the same thing. So we're going to put that channel up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. My dear goodness, can I not type or click or correct myself at all? Here we go, Shantae G My Life. So typically we search, find, and click on each other, but with handles, we can also just dump them right into a URL. It's easiest if we're on a computer, of course. The Hen House, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Candy K All Day might be here. Rosalie Craft Creations, good to see you here as well. I don't mean to miss anybody. Collaborate and grow is the way to go. Yes, it is. And then, oh, have fun in nature. Not traveling, but we'll be doing trips soon. Yeah, when you're doing content, you'd probably have to look up or ask other creators that are like bigger influencers than myself about whether or not to use location. So I'm always worried myself personally if I do videos, like I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada, right? Which is a touristy destination, but it's not a huge town. Toronto is a world-class city and I'm there all the time. That's home to me. I grew up there and this and that. But I tend not to put the location in because I don't think people are searching for those very much right this second. If there was some newsworthy event or something, maybe if the Olympics were in Toronto, sure, we would have a lot of search traffic coming for that area. But otherwise, I usually leave it off. And what I have seen so far is better success by not putting the location in. I found earlier, and this is a couple years ago, but when I would do streams, let's say around Niagara Falls and put the location in, it would get less viewers than when I didn't. But it's only by a small margin because even those live streams for me didn't really do much more ever than 10 or maybe 20 people in the chat at a time. So it's not like we're talking hundreds and we saw a drop of, 30% or something. If any of what I'm saying makes sense the way I'm saying it. And then, oh, Izzy Pop. No, sorry, I was going to go back in the chat. I knew I missed something. I just didn't see who did that. But Izzy Pop dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. Oh, goodness. You know, oh, your channel isn't growing right now? Izzy Pop is had to reset and restart, unfortunately, so they got a lot of work ahead of them. But they do some really impressive work themselves, especially when it comes to animation and graphic design, and then they help us with that as well. So these are ideas if you're thinking about checking out what they're doing. But they've been a long-time dear friend and an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, to say the least. Pulse at 160. Yeah, I'm unsure of that. I wonder if you mean blood pressure. Is that it? My blood pressure is high right now. If I would, like, just hunker down and lose 20 pounds, they say it would be okay. But, yeah, it's been a little bit high, so I think about that. I've had pneumonia 3 times. 3 times that I know of. And boy, is that not fun. Something to think about too, right? When you have something the first time, you're like, oh gosh, am I gonna get that again? So you have to be careful more and more. But it's routine these days. I think pneumonia was probably something I would have had to worry about 40 years ago when I was a young lad. But these days, you know, they take care of it every time. And then as long as everybody's doing what they need to feel better and do well, our prayers and thoughts are always with each other when those things are happening. And then we're going to look at Izzy Pop shortly. We're looking at Shantae G, My Life, for the same reason. They dropped a super chat. John Together Strong, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm just going to put their channel on the wheel. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I hope I'm not missing anybody. And then Fairbrick Studios in the house. Thank you. You sent over a friend. I got a comment right before we started the stream today. I noticed that a friend came over from Fairbrick Studio. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the channel right now. Blonde Traveling Gypsy, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And let's talk about Shantae G, My Life. Now, this is a creator I believe I'm still getting to know, working on 300 subscribers. They're going to have it any second. I thought we might have gone through this the other day. One of the things we have to think about when we are connecting with creators, our instructions for how we do it on this channel and in our community are always in our video descriptions. It's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect. That's debatable. But we've been doing this for 5.5 years, so we just continue to do things the same way because it always works. You notice when I put channels on the screen, they're always subscribed. It is extremely rare that I lose a subscriber or a subscription because I do it exactly the way we're talking about, even when I'm in other people's live streams and premieres. If I'm in somebody's premiere live stream and another, creator says, hey, let's connect and this and that, I do it right then and there. No waiting 24 hours, we just do exactly what we talk about here. And everybody's free to leave this stream, go connect with people and come back. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why I took the ads off, so that everybody could get in here quickly. You're not watching 100 ads coming in and out of here. And then Shantae G, My Life. So this creator is right on the edge of 300 subscribers right now. So I hope if anybody hasn't already connected with them that you will. One of the things we got to think about is not connecting too quickly. Like if you just go subscribe to a channel, chances are YouTube's just going to take it away in a day or two. So we don't want that to happen. And then whenever anybody's hitting a milestone, especially a 100 milestone, it's easier said than done, but I often will say you want to push a little bit harder. Try to get to 305 or 310 so that you know you've got it locked in, and if YouTube does scrape a couple of subscribers from you, you're still over the milestone, because it's no fun to dip below. We did it here in Superchat. We got our 1,000, dropped back again, and had to go over to our friend Happy Lux to push us over the edge. And then, yes, Six Bows is back. There's actually a lot of ways to refurbish our content as well. We can always go back over older videos and change the titles, change the thumbnails. I hope everybody's using the A/B testing feature now. You can put 3 thumbnails and 3 titles on every video, including old ones and including live stream replays. so that you can try to pump up the views. Live stream replays don't often get a lot. It might not be worth the effort if you're limited for time, but these are just thoughts. But thank you for that. Six poses back. So Shantae G, My Life. Let's see what they've got going on. Inspiring lines at the beginning here. Be you, do you, for you. Absolutely. And then this creator's got quite a bit of information on their about section here. So they'll be doing some gardening. It looks like they're actually making soap and other bath and beauty products. They might be doing some travel. So that's interesting to know, and there's a little bit more there. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Pardon me while my allergies are sneaking up on me again. This creator's got shorts over here, some cooking videos I see getting into 1,500, 1,800, 2,100 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Is it Shantae G? Were you on? Yeah, you were on with Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. This is probably the stream I was talking about earlier, and you were on with one other channel because I watched it, but I can't remember which channel I watched it on. And there you go, 300 subscribers right now. So if anybody hasn't already connected with Shantae G, My Life, I hope you will. They dropped a super chat, so we put them up right away. Obviously, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then thank you, Simply Jan Homestead. And Cruz Bolero is in the house. We're going to get them onto the wheel as a member, of course. And then Willie's Desert Hangout. Good to see you in the house from Arizona. Many years ago, I had heard that Arizona was like the new Florida. Like, you know, for decades ago, people used to flock to Florida. Lots of Canadians. We call them snowbirds. I actually aspire to maybe live that lifestyle one day. My grandparents did it, where they live in a beautiful cottage area in northern Ontario. And then that's during the summers, and then they head to Florida for the winters. Lots of Canadians do that. And I had heard that Arizona had really picked up, and I wonder if that is moving now towards Texas, or if Arizona is still growing as much as we think. And thank you, Simply Jan Homestead, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that dozens of times before, many times before. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. And then, oh yes, Essential Irish Queen was asking about posting older videos on a community tab. I'll just show you right now. I'll put Kristen's channel up, and then I don't have to self-promote. So what Kristen and I talked about a couple weeks ago now, is the idea of taking older videos and then reposting them. So the way that I do it on my channel personally is I start with the most popular video, and I go down to about 30 videos, right? And I post one a day. And I'll show you mine in another second. So she's posting every other day. And you see what she's doing is just putting videos up on the community tab to keep that active. But I promise you, I've been doing this for like, I think a year now, whatever it is, and it gets more views. It helps pump up the other, the older videos. I'll just do this quickly to show you what I'm talking about. So you can see what I mean. This is my personal channel. And then you see some of these older videos, right? And then so these are going up one a day, basically. And just breathing life into older videos. And, you know, they still get more comments and everything else. I promise you the community tab is more effective than most of us think that it is. Again, it's the #1 thing I'm thanked for on YouTube when I share videos for other people on the Tuber Chat post page. So these are just ideas, but I thought I'd show that to you quickly. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Southern Bell Nola, good to see you in the house. Devil Dog, good to have you here. Thanks for coming in. And then Blonde Traveling Gypsy, another truck driver, posting content from the road. Tumbleweeds on Fire, good to have you here. Globies Travel is also in the house. My dear goodness, we just had a group of people come in. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is here. They've been all over the place lately. They've been really active lately, both here and I see them out in other people's streams and premieres, I believe, in chats. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know I say that 100 times as well. Scary movies with cottages, says Six Poses back. I got different ideas for cottages than scary stories, but yeah, I could see how anybody would like that. Simply Debbie Sue, I know you've been here for a while. Thank you. I didn't say hello yet. I just saw you in the chat now. I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, of course. But Jesse Journals and Unboxes is here. Tim Mitchell's here. They're both on the wheel. Izzy Pop is up for the same reason as Shantae G My Life. So thank you for the super chats. Thank you again, Simply Jan Homestead, and thank you, Butler Family Farm. If you see Gamey K did the same thing, and we're looking at Izzy Pop now, who's actually a longtime friend. And when we look at this channel, though, they've reset and restarted. So I hope everybody will connect with them. Even if you thought you were connected with them already, just double check, please, and make sure, because they had to reset and start another channel. So Izzy Pop 3 is the handle. Izzy Pop, we know, custom graphics, banners, avatars, and more, pardon me. And this creator, we know, is has always had these really elaborate graphics, whether it's avatars, banners, thumbnails, and the animations in the videos. They're really outstanding. And hopefully everybody will check those out, because Izzy Pop's going to help us understand some of the digital art tools that are out there, or creative digital tools that we can use when we're thinking about things like this. 1,600, 1,700, 2,700 views on some of these shorts, which is great to see, and lots of live streams as well. It's been a few weeks since I caught you, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I've been having these longer work days, like the last couple weeks. I'm expecting a big week again this week, but I'm hoping to have a couple of early afternoons here and there over the coming weeks, where I can catch people that I've been missing for a while. I do a job that's not quite 9 to 5, but it is Monday to Friday, and sometimes it gets extended into those hours, so I miss a lot of the daytime stuff. I'm in the Eastern time zone. And then Beverly Moffat is here. Good to see you in the house. And hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop. Like I was saying, this is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So again, they dropped a super chat, but they've done that a million times before, and I certainly do appreciate it. Although unnecessary, I like to keep saying. But Izzy Pop, I always have a good time when I catch them. We joke all the time, because I often say, now I say of most streams, but I often have said of Izzy Pop, sometimes they start with a theme on their conversations when they're live streaming, but the conversation can go anywhere afterwards. And you see, sometimes they're on, look at this, almost 4 hours, right? Many of these, 2 hours, 3 hours. So lots of opportunity to meet more friends over there as well. And they have a very dedicated core audience that I'm sure is still with them on the new channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop, push them towards the 300. They're already halfway on that road. And what we'll do right now, we'll take a break. I got to rest my voice for a second here. And right before we take that break, I'm going to play a clip from that interview series. I was talking about this earlier. Since I mentioned Danielle and James from Unstable TV, I'm going to play a clip from them actually to get us started. And these are creators that used to live in Ireland and moved to Australia. So we keep in touch more often on Instagram now, because their time zone is like probably 12 hours off from us. And so, you know, they might barely be waking up, or not even right now. So they haven't been able to catch as many streams here. But I like to keep in touch with everybody. And when we think about what they're talking about in that interview series, all of the creators featured have long passed 10,000 subscribers, but they've been friends of ours and they've been through all the same things we're going through, including still today. So we want to hear what they have to say without a lot of my commentary adding in, if that makes any sense. And we did an extra one on episode 900 of our live stream. So if you go and watch the first 2 hours of the 900th live stream here, you'll see another conversation that goes right in line there, but I do add a lot more commentary in that one. It's more of a conversation. I know I missed a question. I'm just looking for it. I thought I missed a channel in the chat. Thank you, Elfish Tanks. I'm just scanning for a quick second. I'll try to hurry up. I just want to see if I can catch the question that I thought I missed about the community posts. Mention if you have a milestone coming up. So on February the 7th will be the 3rd year anniversary of Bargains by Bell, and that's Southern Bell Nola in the chat. I'll tell you what, let's get this clip going. I'm going to make a note for myself. We'll take that break, and then we will get back. I think I have to spin the wheel. Am I right about that? Yes, I haven't spun yet. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. So I've got that, I've made a note for myself, Southern Bell, so that I can hopefully catch that. I'll get Siri on the case too. And then Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is coming up. Okay, so let's get to it. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, you know, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was, I think, your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts, but while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, you know, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know, when you're watching the metrics go up and down, when we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
But if we do like, say, like a trending meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back, and Rambling with the Brooms has set up his live stream, so we'll be raiding into that in another couple of hours. It's plenty of time between now and then. He will allow us to continue meeting new friends and family members. Michael's Adventures will be dropping his premiere at the same time, of course. We got plenty of friends who will be on Friday night. It's a big night, of course. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is on the screen right now, and this is a creator who has to be happy. Now, when I think about metal detecting, the first thing that comes to my mind is catching some silver and other precious metals. However, Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is going to catch all kinds of historic artifacts, and you'll get that idea when you get on the channel. All of our friends, though, that are doing any kind of silver stacking or metal detecting have to be happy right now, because as far as I understand, silver's up like 300% this year or something like that. It has just gone parabolic if you look at a chart of gold and silver. I've always been a big fan of precious metals, so these creators have to be happy. But it's really interesting to see the different things that Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is able to find, and they're out doing this kind of thing all the time. They've been a friend for many years as well. So let's have a look at how they're doing with shorts. They've gotten into 1,600, 3,800 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. They've done a few of these. We'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course, and we know that this channel's monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Lisby Journey is in the house. Good to have you here. Oh, yeah, Silver Assassin Metal Detecting. We got buried. We got buried under snow. So did Scratch and PPA. I think he's probably got to be shoveled out by now, same as Just Jason Keto. I don't know how it was in Ottawa. We'll have to ask Scott later when we go over to his live stream. But for our Canadian friends, especially those of us in Ontario, just buried in snow for a while there. And it's funny because there's different types of snow, sort of, right? So the way that I would describe this, we have dry, fluffy snow, and we have wet, awful, terrible snow. And the difference between the two is sometimes you see snow, and for anybody that isn't able to experience, or you don't have snow in your area, those of us obviously up in the top of the northern hemisphere and this and that, we have a lot of it, and that's our winter season. Some of the snow just blows all over the place. It doesn't pile up on your car. You don't have to scrape the windshield off because it turns to ice and this and that. And that's what we've had most of. So when everybody's hearing about these huge snowstorms and wondering if we've gotten it bad, yeah, we've got literally, I think it became 1.5 feet of snow or something like that, much more in some areas. But it really wasn't that terrible, in my opinion. Not as bad as it could be, right? And then we have this wet snow that sometimes falls. That's the stuff that sticks to the window, sticks to the car, and you're out there scraping and shoveling, and the shoveling, it's heavy and everything else. Oh my dear goodness. So that's the way I describe it. I don't know if everybody experiences it the same way, but we've been really lucky this year. And I haven't had to do very much shoveling of any kind at all. But even brushing the car off hasn't been too terrible. And then have fun in nature. Yeah, agrees. And then snow and ice mix. Oh, goodness, Lori's Mini World. Once the plows get at it, though, they have these vehicles. They're huge, like tractor-looking trucks with big snow shovels on the front of them, right? And they go driving down the road, and they spew it all off to the side. But what it does is it kind of packs it all together. We call it packing snow, the wet stuff. Even the fluffy, nice stuff all starts to pack together. And with our terribly cold temperatures the last couple of weeks, it just turns to ice and makes everything heavy, and it doesn't really move. And it takes weeks to thaw after a while as well. And then yeah, of course, every channel on YouTube has viewers from around the world, us as well. And then, we're happy to catch people in different time zones and different areas, of course. And, Six Bows is back, did a lot of shoveling. Together we travel. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Have fun in nature. Warmer in northwestern Montana than everyone else. Does every single person that hears the word Montana now say, hey, I liked Yellowstone? because I did. I don't know if I'm going to watch all the spin-offs. We saw the other one now, Marshall's, where Casey's going to take off and do his thing. I don't know if I'm going to like that. I tend to think I'm not going to like anything most of the time when I see it the first time, and then I got to watch like an episode or two, and then I go through the whole season or the whole series. And then Scratch and PPA is up here. So like I said, he's done his share of shoveling. We know that for sure. This fellow Canadian is only a couple hours away from me, actually. But Scratch and PPA is working on 2,600 subscribers. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now 8 years on YouTube. And this creator really put a lot of thought and consideration into what he was going to do before he started posting content on his channel. So lottery ticket scratching is a huge category and genre, and I wouldn't have known that if we hadn't started the Superchat channel, but I started to find out pretty quickly that lottery ticket scratching not only can be very exciting, the way a lot of creators are doing it, but there is a vibrant, generous community of creators making this content. Now, Scratch and PPA put an interesting twist on this by pitting two different lottery tickets against each other every week. He's done this without fail for over 5 years, if you could believe that. And perfect consistency for this creator, never missing a week dropping a video. So when he pits these tickets against each other, he offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or X, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And one of the things that's really interesting, I was lucky because I was driving, so I couldn't really watch, but I often will listen if I have to do that. He drops his premieres right like I started a job where I work at the same time. But I was lucky enough to be in the car this week, so I was able to listen in, but I caught a message in the chat that said it was something else putting this thing together, and I probably noticed it because I speak the same way, saying, boy, that was something else, right? But when you think about how the different lottery tickets work, for anybody who's ever scratched lottery tickets, not every game is the same. You don't just like pick 3 symbols and that's it. They can be a lot more fun. And that was the case this week, where Scratch and PPA has to change the way he produces the videos to go along with the gameplay of the tickets. And you'll have to watch to see what I mean. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production. But today, watching what I was there for the video while it was running on the premiere, but like I said, I didn't watch it, and I just watched it about 20 minutes before we started Tuber Chat today because I wanted to see what exactly he did, and I wanted to be able to concentrate, right? You know what it's like. Sometimes we run videos, sometimes we want to like sit and watch and pay attention, and watching the different numbers and things come up, and then the way he's got to put the graphics on the other half of the screen, my dear goodness. And I wonder if he's rethinking the way he's going to have to do that. But if you see what he's able to do with the video editing software, you'll get that idea from the videos and realize all the animations that are going on. That is no joke. It's a lot of work. I'm sure anybody that's used any of it will understand. Anyway, his video editing skills have been complimented ever since he started making videos, and that's beyond 5.5 years now. His banner is updated every single week, if you could believe that. His avatar, bright, beautiful, and matches the content in the thumbnails, but he also gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series on those thumbnails. Now, if you can catch one of his premieres, like I'm talking about, 12:15 on Tuesdays, you will find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. He rivals those of Butler Family Farm I mentioned earlier, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. You will meet more friends over there, because he, like most people here in the Tuber Chat family, and certainly all of our moderators, will allow and encourage people to connect with each other. So there's lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. And then he's got shorts over here, a couple of years ago, he took a trip to Italy and he brought us a lot of vlogging style shorts videos along with some Italian lottery tickets. And then this year he returned to Italy and brought us back some new Italian lottery tickets in a series of videos. So hopefully everybody will check those out. He does a great job of organizing playlists, and I'll show you a trick that he uses in a quick second here. Live streams as well. He brought his very first live stream from Italy a couple of summers ago. When we look at the home page, you're going to be able to see the trick I'm talking about. It's on his playlist page as well. When you go through his playlist, you'll notice he puts the time of the playlist in the title. And what that's for is when swapping playlists with other creators, because even monetized channels can benefit greatly from it. All of our moderators still do it, even though I think they're all monetized. Every moderator is monetized now. That you're able to understand what you're running before you run it, kind of idea. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. If you haven't seen his videos in the last few weeks, I hope you'll check them out as well, because he refreshed the channel. And I wonder something as well. I had to Shazam the song that he used at the beginning. I've heard it many times before. I love it. And I wonder if that might be the most popular copyright-free song on YouTube. But I don't know if that's just because I happen to have seen it in a half a dozen videos. I don't know. From even years ago. I think he's got a newer remix of it. But either way, exciting music. He always puts a lot of work into that as well. And hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA, a beloved and dedicated moderator, of course. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know that Tim Mitchell just gifted a handful of memberships. He's done that kind of thing countless times before as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then Mona did what I see in the chat. Thank you for coming in. Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with our finances. And I wonder if Tampa's Creek Homestead and more is still in the chat. They were right earlier, actually. Their channel was not included in some of those slides. I think I have my excuse together. I think I have a valid reason for that, but I've got it in there now. I actually was able to do it during the break. There's Moz6510 Models. Thank you for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. He's done that a million times as well. He comes in from the UK. So it's a little bit later for him, probably 11:30 at night. And he is another one of the creators featured in our interview series. So in about 15 minutes from now, when we take another break, I'm going to play you a clip from Moz6510 Models so that you can see what it takes to get long over 10,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel. He's the creator who inspired me, and we talk about it in the interview, to change my intro for Superchat, because I used to say up to 10,000. Now I say including 10,000 and above because of him, because he was getting close to the 10,000. And then when I talked about the music, so Scratch and PPA has a song at the beginning of his, right after an intro on his videos, a very short but powerful intro. The first song that he uses as background music is a very popular copyright-free song. I've heard it many times before. I like the song. I like the song enough. If I was playing music anywhere, I would actually play the song and see if people like start jumping, because I bet that they would. And I think he's got a newer remix of that song. But I just wonder, I don't know if it's as popular as I think it is. But I've seen it for like many years. I've been on for about 8 years. I think I saw it 8 years ago or 7 years ago. And it's still powerful today. So that's Scratch and PPA. You'll catch it at the beginning of his newer videos, because he changed up his style in his videos and his video editing a few weeks ago. Tim Mitchell is up on the screen right now. This creator gifted 5 memberships. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Actually, since I'm going to put Mod 6510 models up next, we will look at the clip from the interview series while his channel's up. So we'll do that literally in like 5 minutes from now or less. Tim Mitchell brings us 3 different channels, actually. This is his own, and he's posting content here occasionally. He's got some shorts. He's got a lot of outdoor footage. Some of the dash cam footage has done well for him. 1,500, 1,600, 1,900 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. I was lucky to catch a unexpected live stream yesterday. But this creator's usually live every Tuesday and on the road. Sometimes he does pop-up, so we never know. It's a good reason to have the notification bell on for every channel. He is the producer of Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And this is a channel for Chef CV. And she has a video actually from a few months ago. I think it's 5-6 months ago now, right there, where she talks about the connection between Chef CV and herself, how they met. And I always like stories like that, so I wanted to watch it. Look at this gift unboxing from Butler Family Farm. I'm going to put that video on my ketchup list right now. I know Tim Mitchell loves when I call it the ketchup list. It's a ridiculous name for a playlist, but it's fun and hilarious. And actually, Knights KO, Ghostly Winds, who was here in the chat earlier, is the one who named the playlist. Because he always has interesting things to say about everybody in the Tuber Chat family, but especially the Wheel of Doom. But it's a playlist I use to keep her get caught up with creators. So I'll do that with Chef CV with that short video. Shorts over here have gotten into 1,200, 1,300, 1,500. And you'll see a glorious, colorful wheel. Of course, here in Tuber Chat, we love glorious, colorful wheels like that. And you'll see that featured in the live streams here. They've got a live stream coming up tomorrow. So I gotta make a note of that as well. Pardon me. They usually... Okay, pardon me. I wanted to make sure Siri got that. They usually go live on the first Saturday of every month. It looks like they're doing something maybe a little bit different over here. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. Yes, they're on tomorrow. Maybe I'm mistaken about what I'm saying here. No, they're on every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Occasionally, they've been doing live streams on Saturday as well, because they just celebrated 2 years. So they did a dual live stream, and then I think they did it last week again. So they might be planning this. They might be doing these... yeah, this one says this Saturday. So we'll see. And I'm sure they're going to be on Sunday as well. Forgive me, I'm getting confused while I'm talking about this. They're here all the time, though. And it's interesting the changes we see in channels here and there. Now, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official usually means that we're going to find Chef CV in the kitchen. They've got a multicam setup. Tim Mitchell let us know about his ATEM setup with 4 different cameras. And they're able to follow Chef CV and the different interesting deals or meals and dishes that they're making, the different combinations that come from the Wheel of Misfortune, they call it, the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. And the audience is able to contribute ingredients, and then Chef CV is all but forced to make whatever's going to come up from the wheel. So you'll have to see what I mean by hopping in on one of these live streams. But Sunday is the day. They're always on at 9 p.m., but they'll be on tomorrow also. And then I noticed something else just happened. Red's Room just dropped us a raid, which is really, really cool. So if they're in here in the chat, I'll put their channel on the wheel in a second. Beltloop 29's in the house. I'm going to put them on. And then, pardon me, Tim Mitchell, I missed your message in the chat telling me exactly what was going on. Was I muted for? Oh, I was muted because I was on Siri. I don't want to set everybody's phone off, so I try to remember to mute the mic when I do that. Tomorrow night with Devil Dog and Butler Family Farm, they're making sugar-free cheesecake, which will be interesting to see. Kristen Welton, we looked at her channel earlier, but my love, we're here in Niagara Falls together. She makes the best cheesecake I've ever had. She makes a perfect. She could do both, but she does a great New York style cheesecake, and she makes them enormous too, sometimes for birthdays and family get-togethers and things like that. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, we're going to look at another channel here, a complimentary channel called the Unofficial Off-Topic Squirrel. Red's Room TV, I think, is from Canada too, from Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. There they are right there. Ninja Raid. Yes, thank you for the raid. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to put your channel... Actually, I'm going to put your channel up on the screen, but right after Mod6510 models and something else. It'll probably be like 5 minutes, maybe 10 from now. But thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Oh, Beltloop29 came in from there as well. So thank you for the raid. I like cheesecake like way too much. We eat way too much of that stuff. But we do love it. But it'll be interesting to see a sugar-free one. The Unofficial Official Off-Topic Squirrel. So this is a complimentary channel where we get a behind-the-scenes look at Chef CV. And this channel features some shorts as well. She's usually taking us on outdoor adventures or giving us stories to be told. 1,200 views, 1,500 views on a couple of these shorts videos, and then live streams over here. These happen on the first Saturday of every month. They did one a few weeks ago. I didn't catch that, but they're on tomorrow. And then I wonder if they're going to do that again the next week, where they play Cards Against Humanity. And I've played that game in real life, so I promise you I know what that's like. And it has to be fun and edgy, to say the least. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tim Mitchell and the Unofficial Official Off-Topic Squirrel and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships again, 5 memberships. I really do appreciate that. He's done that many times before, by now dozens of times. It's hundreds of memberships probably over here, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then thank you, Red's Room TV. Yes, I will appreciate anybody who's come in. Pardon me for 1 second while I do something quickly. For anybody that's watching from Red's Room TV, I know you can't get into the chat, but I'm going to unlock it right now. If you give me a quick second while I'm flipping all over the place here. And maybe what we'll do, let's hear what Mod6510 Models has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, and then I'll put his channel on the screen.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap, whatever it is.
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Mod6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
It's
it's
very
an
slow
interesting
growth
story.
because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel,
Yeah.
and I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep.
Definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. So thank you again, Red's Room TV, for the raid. I know we've got a lot of people, hopefully a few more that have been watching. I know I lock up the chat here, so you can't come in for the first 20 minutes, but I just unlocked it, so you can feel free to chat or refresh, if you don't mind, the app or your browser, and you should be able to get right into the chat. We just put that on to cut down on spam and trolling and stuff like that. We really don't get very much, but it's probably the #1 reason why. But I really do appreciate that. So we're going to look at Red's Room TV in another moment. But Mod6510 Models, this is the creator we just heard from. Now, he dropped a super chat again. He's done that a million times before, and I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. But this is his channel. So when we had that conversation, it was probably a year ago or close to it. And Mod6510 Models, if you go and watch that full episode on our channel as a video, you'll hear the whole conversation, and he actually gives us a tool of how we can come up with 50 different ideas for YouTube videos. You know, sometimes we get writer's block, like, you know, I've done 3 of this and 5 of that and 7 of that. What can I do now? This is the kind of thing that can jog ideas out of our mind, if that makes any sense. But Mod6510 Models has long surpassed those numbers now at over 30,000 subscribers. This creator talks about scale modeling. And I've done some of this many years ago, but I have done some. I think we all understand scale modeling to at least the smallest bit because we see it. It's a creative activity that a lot of people engage in, and he's got a vibrant community. When we look at his live streams alone, you'll see panels full of guests. Look at this. It's a full grid every time. And they're talking about the models, the companies, the kits, the tools. There's a lot to this. Technology changes, the companies change, the kits change, and all the things that their scale modeling changes. So there's Moz right there again. I'm just going to grab his latest video. I'm going to put this into that playlist I keep talking about, and that gives me a chance to keep or get caught up with creators. He's monetized, so of course lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 27,000, 49,000, 98,000 on one of these, and then the live streams we've already looked at. But this gives you an idea of what you're going to see and how a razor sharp focused channel, because he's just got one niche, right, can grow in the ways that he has. And he's always willing to share information. Mod6510 Models is the creator that inspired that series by offering to share. He's helped us with all the things we do here, connecting with creators, swapping playlists, all the help with watch hours, all the help with testing on different accounts, different channels to figure out what it is that helps our connections stick so that we don't lose them. You notice when I put channels channels on the screen here, they're always subscribed if they've ever been here before. It's very rare that YouTube takes a subscription from me. Tim Mitchell always laughs at the name, the catch up list there, because I use that to keep or get caught up with creators, but it's a fun name. And then thank you, Red's Room TV. So let's have a look. Thank you again, Mod6510 Models, for another super chat. Like I said, he's done it a million times before, and Red's Room TV dropped us a raid. So let's look at what they're doing. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And thank you, Mona Did What. She's got another channel too, Mona's Senior Moments, for anybody that hasn't seen it. So she's breaking off into even more content now. Red's Room TV. Now, this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they started coming into the Tuber Chat family a couple of months ago. I believe they're actually very close to me, close to the Toronto area. I'm in Niagara Falls, but I believe they're in Canada, right? Yep. Sometimes we do meetups between creators. I'm actually meeting up with one creator this weekend, but sometimes we get a good handful of people together. I'm always up for that kind of thing, but especially knowing that somebody's so close. But here's an example. He's been showing some of the snow around Toronto. This is exactly what I was talking about. Let's have a look. I'm just going to pull this up for a second. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is just show you a couple of frames from this video so you can get an idea of exactly how high the snow is. And this is only an hour and a half away from me, I think, right? Yeah, because he said Toronto, at least in this video. Cranes everywhere. They're always doing construction. But you get an idea. So Red's Room TV, let's have a look at what they're doing. Their About section has lots of information, so we'll get an idea of exactly what they're bringing to us. Guest showcases, some YouTube content. They want to help us with our YouTube journey as well. Entertainment, motivation, inspiration. I'm always happy to see that kind of positivity on any channel. I'm going to put that video into my catch-up playlist so that I can get another piece of content watched. And the idea is that hopefully over months and eventually maybe even years, the stories about the channels get better as I get to know creators, as I get to know their content, and I can describe exactly what the creators are like. We get an idea of what their channels are like. Shorts over here have gotten into 13,000, 15,000 views on a couple of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And it looks like they're getting involved in quite a bit of music here as well. I'll have to see one of these mix-up radio streams. And hopefully everybody will connect with Red's Room TV. They're over 4,500 subscribers. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. But I really do appreciate the raid today. And especially the idea you're sending us a few new friends. We are going to go and raid another channel after Tuber Chat. That's still well over an hour from now. Lots of opportunity for lots of other channels on the screen. So we'll get to the next one right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, It's Me Alec is going to be as happy as Butler Family Farm must have been today. It's Me Alec just came into the stream and the wheel picked them. We never know how long it's going to take, and I joke about this all the time, but everybody who's been here with us dozens of times before knows what it's like to be picked first or last or close to it. We really never know. It's Me Alec is up on the screen right now. You guys are making me laugh in the chat too, because have fun in nature. Yes, I do the same thing. For a while, I was putting an alarm on the weekend to make sure that I didn't throw my sleeping pattern off, because I just got a new gig last May, and it took me a few months to get used to the extra early hours. I'm up before 5 every day, but on the weekend, it's like, nope. No alarm. Forget it. It doesn't matter. I don't care how difficult Monday morning is. I am enjoying the weekend. And and then, yeah, the Wheel of Doom is still at it. It's Me Alec up on the screen is a very enthusiastic creator. He brings random content through plenty of videos and many channels. I forget if he said he's got 11 channels or 14 channels or what it is. I'll show you some of them in a moment. He's got shorts over here that have gotten into 1,400, 1,500 views on this channel. Live streams as well. He's usually got guests on panel with him and live streams occasionally. This creator's usually on, I would say, a couple of times a week, sometimes a little bit more, but these are all the different channels. One of the things I don't talk about enough, I'm starting to talk about it again a little bit, but I've talked about for years, is the idea of featuring channels. So for anybody that has more than one channel, one of the tricks you could do is feature your own channel on your front page, and you do it for all the channels. What that does is allows anybody that gets to your front page to see that you've got more than one channel. They might follow you on more than one. Not everybody will, but probably more people than I think will. Then you can trade this favor with other creators as well. We've been doing that for years, where if somebody's got Tuber Chat featured on their front page, we put them on our front page as well. And we've got a very long list now, but it's something that you can do with other creators, trading favors to feature each other's channels. If your channel's featured on dozens of other creators' front pages, we could just imagine that that must be helping the algorithm, right? Everything we can do to mark our channels in the algorithm is in a positive way. So that's almost like somebody vouching for you, right? And then many other channels from It's Me Alec over here as well. I'll give you a chance to check those out when you get over to It's Me Alec on any of his channels. 189 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the 200 we know he's thinking about. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Mariana Latrinia is here. And then what we will do is spin the wheel and get another channel ready to go. We're moving a little bit faster now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So we'll get Cruz Bolero up onto the screen. This is another longtime friend and somebody who's here with us frequently. I can see I'm way behind with their videos, my dear goodness. They've been posting quite a bit too. They posted at least a dozen videos in the last couple of months. I'm just going to grab the latest one. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab the longest one. They've got one here that's almost 3 hours long. So I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and that will give you almost 3 hours of watch time right there, which is really cool. Cruz Bolero obviously is going to take us on vacation wherever possible, and you can see some of the exotic destinations it looks like they're going to as well. I haven't been on a cruise ship in a very long time. Live streams and this channel are occasional, so they've been dropping these up to a few months ago. We're assuming they're going to continue. Cruz Bolero's out there supporting other channels all the time. I run into them in other people's premieres and live streams. So obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'd love for everybody to get some of that support coming back to you. So hopefully you'll connect with them, push them towards the 800 subscribers we know they're thinking about. And then I will spin the wheel again. Like I said, we move a little bit faster, usually as the stream goes on. But we still got a lot of time. We've still got over an hour. Plenty of time to put channels on the wheel and the screen. And I'm way overdue, actually, for getting a channel onto the wheel from our chat list. So I'm going to do that right now while I get Cove Action, Chuck and Lori onto the wheel. They are here, and members and moderators are always added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Super chatters and membership gifters are put on the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, but as promised, at least a couple of times during the stream, I will go through the chat list and pick a couple of channels that have been very active in the chat. I've actually got a Streamlabs system in the background that helps me keep track of this. So Andre Southgate is still here. The Nichols 13 is still here, so I'm going to put them both on the wheel right now. We know that we're going to see Becky's Vintage and More next, but what we're going to do right now, we'll take a break. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes. I won't play a clip from the interview series we just heard from Moz6510 Models. We'll do that again in another 20 minutes or so. So we'll make this a quick one and we'll get right back. All right, we are just about back and looking at Becky's Vintage and More. So this creator gives us some information on their About section about what we can expect. It's a channel I'm still getting to know, though. They got 615 subscribers. Now, I noticed that they've got a lot of videos here, but the first thing I read on their About section is they do shows on Thursday and Sunday, and that tells me that live streams are likely where the magic happens here, and then the videos are to feature some of the items that come up in the live streams. So one of the things that we think about all the time is connecting with other creators, making sure that we thoroughly connect in a way that's going to make sure those connections stick. And like I've said a million times, we've been doing this for many years. We just keep doing it the exact same way. And that means finding videos that are over 3 minutes if possible. Now, this creator's got one that's about 4 weeks old. Many of their videos are shorter. If you're going to watch shorter videos, the only thing I'd ask then is to go through 2 or 3. It's the same 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I mean? But we want to make sure that we're doing all that we can for each other to make sure those connections stick. So I'm going to take their latest 3-minute video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for now. That'll give me another video to have watched. But they've got shorts over here as well. These get into almost 1,000 views on one, but over 1,600 on another, and over 2,500 on another, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel. These are frequent, so they've got plenty for us to set notifications for. You notice I set notifications for everything I see, both premieres and live streams. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Literally sending any signal of interest or engagement into the YouTube algorithm. So I was lucky enough to catch this creator a few days ago, and they've got another one coming up on the 1st, which I think is Sunday, right in the afternoon for me. I'm in the Eastern time zone, and they do these pretty frequently. Every few days they seem to be on. So hopefully everybody will connect with Becky's Vintage and more. They've got their schedule on the About section, and we'd love to push them towards the 700 they're thinking about. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So one of our moderators, Rambling with the Brooms, is also on Whatnot. If anybody hasn't seen that yet, that's another platform that Becky's Vintage and more is on. It's an app now where it's made specifically for live auctions, right? Lots of creators are already doing this on YouTube literally for years. We've got dozens of channels probably that are doing this. I could probably mention a dozen that are dedicated to it. I think the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff is on right now, actually. So basically what happens in those live streams is they put items on the screen, and then you can bid right there with everybody in the chat, and then they'll ship them to you, and you figure all that out, which is kind of cool. And then next up, PK Adventure Travels is here. You saw another channel in the chat, Ryan Parker Studios. I'll show that to you in a moment. That's Ryan's complimentary channel to what Ryan and Melinda are doing here. This is PK Adventure Travels. They are travel agents, but what they do is they bring us primarily cruising, other types of travel, but they do a really thorough job. So they bring us ship tours. They talk about excursions, amenities, new upgrades to programs that all these cruising companies have and everything else. But they do a lot of RV camping as well, and they take us along for that. They give us a tour of their RV, probably more than once on the channel. I've seen a detailed one. This is where Ryan got me into using alien tape, because he showed me all the, they together showed us all the different upgrades. And I say upgrades, but what I mean is enhancements to their RV camper that make life a little bit easier. You know what I mean? You need little things to stick everywhere to hold other things and this and that. And they give us a great look at that. And then they've taken us on the road with that camper too. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 12,000, 29,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Ryan is on all the time. Melinda's with him often. They actually do a stream together every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. But Ryan is on with lots of other creators a lot of the time. I think we're all on a live stream together a couple of months ago, right? This one here, where there was a full grid of us together. Mostly cruising and travel channels, but a few others as well, so that we could talk YouTube. And then PK Adventure Travels, they have another... Ryan's got a series of news videos on the channel. Everybody should watch that if you're going to do serious travel, in my opinion. But he's also got this other channel, Ryan Parker Studios. And this is just complimentary content. He actually does a lot of cooking over here. You'll see that in the, I think, live streams. Maybe I'm mistaken, but more in the shorts on this channel. He's doing a few unattended live streams where people can kind of trickle in and just connect, and that's good for watch hours. But here he is with a group of people, and he's done this time and time again. And there they are together, Ryan and Melinda again. Shorts on this channel, like I said, lots of cooking videos are featured, but getting into 2,700, 3,700 views, and then videos on the channel. So he's posting pretty frequently on both of these channels, and a few more of these unattended videos running as premieres. So again, everybody can connect, and it helps chase the watch hours. And then Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That is Oracles and Beyond, a long time dear friend Cassie for like 5 years now, I think. And oh, of course, Cove Action. Yeah, I think everybody here understands that even though we're connecting with each other, and the purpose is to give each other a strong and solid foundation of true supporters. You know, when we're chasing our first hundreds of subscribers, even the first 1,000, 2,000, for anybody participating in this channel or streams like this or any of our friends, we're going to find a lot of YouTube channel creators and channel owners, right? But when you get to 100,000 subscribers, it's going to be 1, 2, maybe 3% of your audience. And that's fine. I think we all know that. But yeah, we just keep, posting videos. We try to improve. Cove Action Travel takes their channel very seriously. And you'll see that when you get there and see their production value. That's Chuck and Lori again, like I was saying. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And I think it's time for me to spin the wheel. Is that right? Yeah, let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel on the screen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Rambling with the Brooms is up here, and we'll get the channel on in a second here. Garden State Gardener comes up when I search for Rambling with the Brooms. That's Scott. He's another fellow Canadian. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's going to be live right after Superchatters for that Friday prime time live stream. So we're going to go over there and raid after Superchat. All of our moderators allow everybody to connect the same way we do here. Most of our friends here in the chat do, but our moderators certainly do. So you'll meet more friends. I'll join everybody over there afterwards. That's an hour from now. Rambling with the Brooms is working on, 4,300 subscribers. Now, he live streams every Thursday and Friday as a minimum, but he will take us on the road whenever he has an opportunity. He went on a cruise this summer with Butler Family Farm and a few other creators, and sometimes he's got StreamYard panels to introduce us to other creators with. I believe I've been on his channel more than once, I'm uncertain. Because he's on so many channels, he collaborates with people all the time. He's been on 1 million live streams on different channels, so I can't remember how many times I've been on either his channel or with him on others, and met up with him once, twice. Why am I confused already? We were supposed to meet up in January. Unfortunately, we had to postpone that. I'm meeting up with Jason tomorrow, by the way. And then we'll probably hook up another good handful of creators getting together at some point later in the season. Rambling with the Brooms is closer to our nation's capital of Ottawa. So you see a lot of that winter weather over there. I'm not sure how bad they got it. We'll ask them when we get over there today, over the last couple of weeks with the snow and the cold and everything. But it's been record numbers around here. As far as I heard, Toronto got more snow than they have since 1999, if you can imagine. And this creator, Rambling with the Brooms, has gotten into 6,200, 7,800 on these shorts. What he's doing on the channel, though, is bringing us essentially homesteading content. That's my opinion. A lot more variety than that, but Scott is very much involved in the homesteading community, and he brings us a lot of indoor and outdoor content. I've actually caught him for live streams where he's been in the sugar shack making maple syrup. This creator's got a second channel now, too, called Travel Escapes with the Brooms. And his birthday was yesterday. That's why we're rating him today, and we're going to go over there. I wasn't able to get into his Thursday stream. He was on while I was working. But this creator, Travel Escapes with the Brooms, he's got some more travel coming up. I forget if he said it was a week from now. Am I wrong about that? And then shorts on the channel as well. We expect he'll put up more travel-based content soon enough. He's already gotten into 1,000 views, almost 3,000 on another, and a couple of live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will help get this channel moving towards the 400. And again, that's Scott from Rambling with the Brooms. We'll go take a great look at his channel in a little while. And thank you for that, Scratch and Pete PA. Ms. TT Mix Vlogs, good to see you in the house. And when we think about swapping playlists, it's really a simple arrangement. You can imagine if you can get dozens of other people to run an entire playlist of your videos from beginning to end, that's really going to help your retention and your watch hours. But we promote it here because when you trade favors with another creator, you have the opportunity to start a real friendship. And you hear me talk about friendships all the time. The fact we've been here 8 years, Superchat's been here for 5.5 of those years. And we've got creators who've been with us literally hundreds and hundreds of times. We're literally on episode 907 today, if you can imagine. We really have done 900 of these live streams. And some of our friends are with us. You know, I don't expect anything from anyone at all. Like, I don't expect any amount of time. I'm very grateful for every moment everybody can spend. But we are very lucky to have a generous community that thinks about supporting others and continuously comes back to these live streams as often as they can. For some, it's more than others, but it's the same thing. When I'm out there, I do what I can, but I catch some creators more than others, and, you know, we only have a certain number of hours in the day. I promise you this, though, as long as everybody does as much as they can for everybody else, I promise you, we're all going to be just fine. We see channels growing and getting monetized faster than ever before. And then Crafty Witch 232 up on the screen. This, if anybody needs me to elaborate, by the way, just let me know, and I can go into more detail about what I'm talking about, swapping playlists or anything else. Crafty Witch 232 up on the screen is creating all the time. I'll talk about her content in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Bright Creation LLC, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Coach Julia Edens is coming in right now. I'm just going to drop them onto the wheel. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then we'll get to adding more names to the wheel soon enough when we get down to about 5 or 6 names. Crafty Witch 232, Andy, this creator has grown her channel, as far as I've seen, 100% organically. And I put a lot of focus on that these days because there's different ways to grow channels. Pardon me, but you'll see the effect of this when you get over there. Crafty Witch 232 always has a vibrant, fast-paced live stream going. She's on every day. When we look at the videos, you get an idea of what she's creating. She does actually lots of different crafty things. She talks about cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing. This creator has shorts. When we look at these, you get more of an idea of a lot of the things that she's making that she sells actually at different conventions, and I've seen some of her stuff on other channels. Stephanie, the Grove's Bargain Emporium, has one of the things that Andy sent over to her, and it sits in her Tuber Chat cup that I sent her along with her prizes from one of our giveaways, which was cool. We don't do those often, but we have done a few. Crafty Witch 232 has got some of these shorts now into 10,000, 14,000 views, and you get an idea of some of the pop culture references here, a mix of cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, and a few other things. I've seen her play a video game once before. Live streams on the channel. She's on almost every single day, usually doing vertical live streams, and you can see how these have really paid off. Some of the view counts on these are just out of control. She's usually on for a few hours. So you imagine that. This is why the channel's grown so rapidly. Actually, one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Superchat family. I'd have to look back to try to figure out how long I think CraftyWitch232 has been here. So it's over a year. I don't think it's 2 years. I'm not sure if it's a year and a half, but I think I'm feeling like it's more like 2 years. I could be getting way ahead of myself. I do that all the time. But I'm just curious to know, because the growth of the channel, we could probably go to one of those free sites. What do I usually look at? Social Blade, and you'll see the growth of the channel. So CraftyWitch232 as well, these live streams, hopefully everybody will connect with her. I'm assuming she'll be on today, but you can let us know, because we're going over to Rambling with the Brooms at 8 o'clock Eastern, an hour from now. Michael's Adventures will drop his premiere likely for a half an hour like he does every single day, but we know that CraftyWitch232 will be on an hour after that as well. And then let's spin the wheel. What everybody will find here, especially for anybody that's fairly new, if you've only been here once, twice, or maybe 3 times before, the best success comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them first with all of the things you wish they would do for you. And then when you come back and let them know you've connected to their channel, do all the things we ask for, they will do the same thing for you afterwards. And then we have channels of all types here. So everybody's connecting with each other here with the intention of supporting each other truly, literally, months, maybe years into the future, regardless of category or niche. So that's the key about all of this. Edna's World, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another creator today that has come in from our interview series. She was featured, and she's actually been with us from the very beginning. She inspired my dear friend Elevate with Vern to even start a YouTube channel. She does a lot of cruising, and she has a weekly live stream that's powerful. I've been there many times. But Edna's World, we're going to hear from in another 5 minutes or so. I will take another break, and I'll play a clip from her episode of our interview series. And then New Times, New Beginnings, you've been with us 2 years? Or Andy's been with us 2 years. I'm just curious to know. And then forgive me, because I know I ask questions or I mention things and then I miss everything that everybody says in the chat right after. John Together Strong is still here. Occasionally I remove names from the wheel when we go on those breaks, just if I haven't seen somebody for 20 minutes or half an hour. But I'll always add moderators and members right back on if you're still here. So that's just a thought. But we can't get to every channel every day. Those days are long behind us, of course, even at 3 hours. Pardon me. So just Jason Keto we're going to talk about. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Just Jason Keto is a dear friend, actually. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, a fellow Canadian from only a couple hours away. He's actually going to come and visit tomorrow. And this is one of the things I love about, pardon me, living in Niagara Falls. It's not too difficult to get people to come and visit. So we're going to end up going out. He says he's going to stream his drive, so he might. So we can keep an eye on the channel. Hopefully everybody puts the notification bell on. He might drive and you'll get to see what we both have shared for weather over the last couple of weeks. But Kristen and I are excited. Kristen Welton and I are going to bring Jason, Just Jason Keto, to our favorite restaurant in Niagara Falls. We have a few favorites. We're going to take him to one of our favorite ones to have a look. And then Just Jason Keto, this creator, I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos. So this is a continuation of a product review from the week before. He actually featured this in his live stream. Was that last night? Yeah, it was last night. He's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. It's funny, when I roll over, it comes right up too. So he's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's known for hundreds of recipes, probably 100 chaffle recipes alone, but he's done tons of other recipes My dear goodness, pardon me. And what I like about Jason's recipes is he always does things that feature only a handful of ingredients, are literally simple, easy, and quick to make. And then sometimes he does other things, like an unboxing of a gimbal here, or things that are related to the kitchen, like a barbecue or his Dash Mini chaffle makers, or air fryer and things like that. He did a different series over the holidays, so he's always trying to think of new ideas for his audience. He's got a lot of guests that join him on his channel, and he does a lot of product reviews related to keto, things we might find in a grocery store or health food store. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 6,300, 6,500, 23,000 views. I've seen this one. And this one, I promise you, is entertaining as well. It's a traditional short, so I think it's only 15 seconds long. Here we go. He's already got it set up. Yes, live drive to Niagara Falls, which is cool. So sometime midday tomorrow, we're going to get together. He's got that set for 11 a.m. Eastern. And I think that's the first driving stream he's going to do. I wonder if he's going to use the stand that I talk about. I don't have any more that are in front of me. I have one vehicle, like a work vehicle. They give us a work truck, the job that I do, but I've got 3 in the van. And what they are, I wish I had one to show everybody. So it's just circular, and it sticks with a suction cup to your dashboard or window, however you want to put it. And it's got that magnet ring thing, so you can put an iPhone or other thing right on there. You'll see my phones, if you can see this at all. I've got those, you can't see because the green screen. I've got those circular magnets, like super glued on all my cases, so that I could just grab the phones. And it looks ridiculous, but I really do. And then I've got like Drive to Earn, D-Pin apps on my Solana phone that are going all the time. But I don't know if he's using that or something else. But interesting stuff, so we'll see what he's going to do for that live stream. Typically what he does, those live streams every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, he's still thinking about new ideas for his audience all the time, but typically what he does is talks keto, sometimes with a guest, and sometimes just with the community that helps with questions and comments in the chat when it's Jason himself. He's introduced us to other YouTubers in a homestead hangout, some of his most supportive supporters. And he's had lots of guests on screen, some we recognize, even here in the Superchat family, and then many others as well. Sometimes he does a cook-along live stream. He did one of those yesterday. It was a little bit different. And he's got a second channel now as well. So I'll put up It's Just Jason. And this is a channel that he's set up just so that he can put up content that otherwise wouldn't fit with the keto-based diet and lifestyle content. So a few outdoor videos here. I think he's basically more focused on travel so far. You get that idea from some of the shorts that are there. And this channel's almost halfway towards his first 100 as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with him here at It's Just Jason. It's funny. That's Tumbleweeds on Fire. So Niagara Falls, we can hear it from our window. Like, let's say in the middle of the night, right, when everything's quiet, you can hear the falls. We can certainly hear the fireworks. We hear those whether it's quiet or not. And Cove Action was just here. They came to visit the next town over. North of us, there's a town called Niagara on the Lake. And it's a beautiful historical town. I've actually done a live stream there, at least one, maybe a couple. And we did the horse carriage ride and all that. It's another touristy type destination. But like I said, Niagara Falls is not too difficult to get people to visit. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and his other channel. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll see who else is coming up. I see Scotty J Travels there. Scotty J Travels is one of the hosts of that live stream that I talk about occasionally, where I was on panel with a handful of other creators, some who've been popping in and out of here over the last few streams. And then Andre Southgate is a longtime friend that brings us prize fighting. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. One of these days, I think there's going to be a day where I don't miss any of this stuff, but almost every stream I miss something. Thank goodness for our moderator. Scratch and PPA catches probably 99%, maybe closer to 100% of the things that I miss. But Ms. TT Mix Vlogs actually dropped a super chat, so forgive me for missing that. We're going to put that channel up next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. We still got 40 minutes to go. It's plenty of time. We'll take a break after this channel. We'll hear from Edna's World. She was in the chat. She might still be here. And Andre Southgate, this is another longtime friend. He's been with us many years. He's been making frequent appearances again. I'm just going to grab his latest video, put that in my catch-up list. What he brings us is commentary on prize fighting of different types. You get the idea from the thumbnails here. He's working on 1,500 subscribers. Much like Just Jason Keto that we just saw, some of the healthy looking and grilling shorts seem to do really well. So he's gotten into 4,000, 4,800, even 11,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So this is where we're likely going to get more commentary about different prize fighting. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these live streams. It's been a long time, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. And one of the benefits is we're ready to support our friends if they're going to pick up where they left off whenever they do have a break or a gap or whatever we want to call it in some of their content. Bright Creations LLC, forgive me, I didn't have you on the wheel yet, but I'm going to make sure your channel's on there right now. We'll go for this break. We'll make it quick. We're going to play a clip from our interview series again. These are full videos on the Superchat channel, and they're extremely informative. So I hope everybody will spend a bit of time watching all of them all the way through. You'll get an example right now of what Edna's World has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do. Okay. Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience. Yes. The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What did you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, the sugar go on grits, sugar or salt. So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is what we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
we're going to take a break for 3.5 seconds, but I just wanted to show you something. So here are the videos, and my conversation with Edna's World went just over an hour long, and I asked these creators their opinion about all of the things we talk about without adding a lot of my own. You know, I add a little bit here and there, but not like what we hear in Tuber Chat. It's really for them to tell us what they think and what they have experienced, and they don't all say the same things I would, and they don't all say the same things as each other. But I just wanted to show you something, because I think Edna's World is still here right now. She had said a long time ago, this episode was a year ago, it's all still relevant, but she mentioned the idea that she wanted to have her episode have the most views of the whole interview series. And I remember her telling her friends, like in her chats, her Wind Down Wednesday series, I believe, you got to get over there and watch that video, because I want mine to be the #1. And it is, by a long stretch, by 100 views. Edna's World has the most popular of the episodes of those interviews. So I hope everybody will check that out. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes and come back with Miss TT Vlogs. All right, we're almost back. Hopefully everybody can hear me. My computer, something has happened, and it's frozen right now. And I'm hoping to get it back, but it doesn't look like I'm having any luck here. We might have to cut our stream for today. I'm hoping that when I reopen the wheel, it's going to have our channel still there. But I appreciate everybody's patience today. I can't get anything to happen here. So, yeah, forgive me, everybody, for the quick exit. I really do appreciate everybody's patience. I don't know if this has ever happened before the way it's happening now. Thank you to our moderators. I hope everybody will connect with them. I will play the outro screen, so we'll have a few more minutes here. Everybody can clean up their connections, and then I hope you'll visit Rambling with the Brooms. If any of our moderators can grab that live stream link and drop it in the chat a couple of times, I'll appreciate it. And I'll see everybody over there in about a half an hour. So thanks everyone again. Bye-bye for today.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.